My day started with getting some books ready to take with me to the San Francisco coffee festival. And then I only had one shot of Robusta in the morning. It turned out to be quite strong. I had 19 grams in, 20 grams out at 18% TDS at 21% extraction yield. So it's a very delicious shot and a good way to start the day. Came in really nice, dark, then a bubble kind of formed in the middle. So there was a little bit of a tiny donut going on. But it came out very nice. Then I packed up and went to the festival, and at the front of the festival was X Bloom and Brian. Stopped in to say hi. I had some Onyx coffee and some counterculture. They were both pour over by the machine, and they tasted good. There wasn't anything bad about them, but I just don't usually drink pour over. However, the machine seems really solid. So next I went to this Vietnamese place and tried some of their coffee. And it was interesting. It was Arabica coffee from Vietnam, and Vietnam is typically known for Robusta coffee. So, but again, it was pour over. Oh, I prefer espresso. I also carried around a suitcase full of books. Then I went to Chocolate Fish Coffee and tried some espresso, and it was pretty good. I stopped by Timor to check out their grinders, and their hand grinder is nice. It feels like it'd be really easy to use, but I don't need another hand grinder, so just checking them out. They look nice. Next was Mother Tongue Coffee, and I'm not sure if it was the roast or the pull, but it just, I don't know, there's something about it I didn't like. It didn't have a good mouthfeel, but you know, it's hard in these festivals. You're pulling shots for everybody. While I was waiting for espresso from there, I had a pour over from Grand Coffee. And so I had the Guatemalan and the Ethiopian. They were interesting and clean. Nothing wrong about them, but not espresso. So, but they were definitely very nice and fun to hang out with. I stopped by the Crown, and this was their signature drink there, which then I forgot to drink because I wanted to try their espresso, and their espresso was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Great mouthfeel, very rich. And I stopped to chat with the barista about coffee stories. It was fun. I stopped at this place because they had an espresso machine, and my criteria was to stop at places with espresso machines and shorter lines. They had both, but they weren't actually giving out espresso. They were giving out samples of barley milk, which was an interesting taste. It was sweet and just a different complexity than other milk substitutes. Then I went over to Icon Roastery, and they had a really cool piece of art in front of their coffee thing. And good espresso, not gonna lie, it's very enjoyable. I had to start slowing down on the espresso though, because it was just getting too much. Then I went over to Three Waves Coffee, and this is when things got wild. I started out with their Brazilian espresso, and I'm not sure what it is about Brazilian roast, but I'm not super keen on them. And then they made me a shot of their espresso blend, and then I was chatting it up with the person on the right, and we made a staccato shot. I pulled out my sifter, and we did a 2-layer real quick. It wasn't optimal, but we did it anyways. Staccato on the Eagle. is the first time I had a shot from the Eagle 1, so I asked to take a shot of the water dispersion. It looks very even, except it starts to donut because of surface tension, but looks like an interesting machine. My next stop was Nirvana Coffee, and they had the best stand in terms of colors, and they had a really good espresso shot. It was very nice chatting with them as well. Finally, I put together a composition of a score sheet for the different places I went to, just sort of normalized by the max one, which in this case was the Crown. But the shots at 3 Waves were really fun too, and the Staccato shot was really fun. It's definitely a highlight. So anyways, I had a great time, and if you have a chance to go to a coffee festival, I'd definitely go.